Conscious collaboration brings together entrepreneurs, changemakers, and thought leaders. We aim to highlight the people that embody the idea of aligned mind, body, and business. Each week, we share, discuss, and learn from the various experiences and ideas of our guest experts. Through our discovery, we find a path to an aligned mind, body, and business.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Emily, and together we make this fantastic recipe called the Conscious Collaboration Podcast. What up, Lisa?
Well, at the time we're recording, happy early birthday.
It's birthday eve.
However old that you are.
Well, you know, as Geminis, we just take the whole daggone season. We just partying all season.
I know.
Shout out to Yin energy. I always love this time of year. Admittedly, extremely biased, but you know, I love the weather heating up, and I just love the spirit and the energy of things around this time. I'm always kind of feeling that, just feeling that vibe, that Gemini.
Yeah. I love it because I think the summer solstice is in your sign, right?
That seems like it could be true.
We're at the end of it. Well, it's summer, you know, like getting into summer. I know
professional astrology.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up to be clear, but it just feels like it's when
let's promote it.
It feels like that's when summer gets activated, and I like that. And so many of my friends everywhere are complaining about it being rainy and cold, and Memorial Day was cloudy and chilly elsewhere, not
here.
Yeah.
Although I have to say we could use these bouts of rain that we're finally starting to get. Things are on fire here. It's crazy.
What caught on fire now?
Egmont Key.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
was that from the drought or was that from Florida Man?
I think it was from the drought because that's just really like a nature preserve, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And they've got the shipwrecks and stuff like that, but I think Egmont Key is pretty untouched.
Yeah. They don't have camping there?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll have to investigate.
Once on a boat, and I actually didn't love the idea of getting into the water and swimming over there because they have the shipwrecks and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's the place where I want to say they did some type of like testing in World War II, and there's like plane remains. Is that the right word? But anyway, sharks love to populate in those kind of areas, and I know that one of the 2 documented fatal shark attacks in Pinellas County was, and it was a guy swimming from
his dock
some other place there was that one, but this one was a guy swimming from somewhere to Egmont Key, and I can't remember what the other location was. It's like swimming.
He swam across like a boat channel or something.
Yeah, it just seems like not a wise move. And anyway, probably a far cry from just getting into the water outside of that place. But I didn't really want to, so I didn't.
Sharks make me nervous. Like, if I'm like under the water and I have a scuba mask on and I'm swimming with sharks, I'm fine because I can see them. But like, treading water on the surface is worrisome here.
Right. And you can't see shit over there, and there's like for sure sharks under there, chilling in their little neighborhood. So,
I just want to. So I did Google while we were talking. The summer solstice, June 20th to 21st. It's like one of my favorite times of the year, by the way.
Right. It's cuspy.
Yeah, and it's as the sun exits Gemini and enters Cancer, and it's one of the most powerful limited spaces on the calendar. Yeah, I like that. That's a big energy shift. It's supposed to be really good for you today, this year, I mean, and also today. You should have buzzing, fresh ideas. We all should collectively buzzing, fresh ideas. And then when we get to the solstice is part of like internalizing it. And that probably explains the shift in the Cancer when it gets like emotional again.
When everybody just starts crying.
Yeah. So right now we're in
Party
like the
now,
buzzing.
we're crying soon.
Yeah. Buzzing ideas and brainstorming right now before we cry under the table.
Well, I think don't fret, guys. I think that the buzzy ideas do have some lasting power because of Uranus and Gemini. Uranus, however you like to.
Uranus.
The third lesser known pronunciation.
So
that
fun.
one was pissing me off though. I can't. You sent me a video and I was like, it's so distracting.
Well, the astrologer I follow. Yeah, the Tampa astrologer that I follow, Ethan something, or is his name
I think that's
Ethan?
what it was.
But it's not just him; they're all doing it now. So then I started doing it, and
I'm not on the Uranus train.
Uranus.
We could go so many places with this.
So fun. Yeah. Anyway. So
okay. So
fuzzy ideas. What do you got?
Let's
crack open the vault.
Fuzzy ideas. All right. So I like to often just bring ideas to the table based upon things that strike my fancy when I'm listening to podcasts. And I've picked up a newer-ish to me podcast as of late, the last few months. Definitely not a new podcast. In fact, one of the most popular podcasts on the planet. Shout out to Chris Williamson, Modern Wisdom. He just has like a whole, it runs the gamut as far as like different guests that he invites on, in terms of like topics that they are experts on. So, and he's very insightful and asks great questions. So, anyway, I have picked up on some quotes from his podcast recently, and the one that we decided on today, which of course, as this happens, tends to transition really nicely from what we've been talking about, but this idea that discomfort isn't an obstacle to happiness, okay, but rather it's the path to it. Like you should expect and welcome discomfort on your path to happiness, presuming that that's part of what you seek in this human experience. Yes. Which I think applies to most of us to some degree.
That's so relevant for me and what we've been talking about too.
At the Conscious Collaboration Podcast, we are proud affiliates of Atapa medical grade red light therapy devices. Red light therapy boasts a long list of clinically proven benefits, many that I and many of my clients have experienced firsthand. You can be sure that you'll be able to train harder, recover faster, and sleep better with Atapa red light therapy. Visit myatapa.com, myatapa.com, or use the link in our Instagram bio to shop with the code COLLAB15, that's COLLAB 15, for a discount on your device.
Yeah, because we've been talking about some things that have unearthed some discomfort feelings, like being more visible, and like that's something you're always asking for if you're a business owner or you're a thought leader and you want to get that visibility. And then once the spotlight's on you, you're like, oh my gosh, people are talking about me, I'm visible, that feels weird. It's uncomfortable. But yet it just, it's it tests you in some way. And I think we've also talked about like that discomfort in a couple episodes back is like you have a new ceiling, so you have a new floor.
Yeah.
So you got to get to that level, like Mario Brothers.
And simply too, the discomfort involved in the things that will ultimately propel you to where you're going. You can't just be on this path to success, whatever that means to you, or greatness, whatever that means to you, or meaning or happiness, or whatever your kind of North Star is. Like, you have to encounter some discomfort along the way to achieve the necessary growth. You're not just gonna cruise along that path and feel good about everything and expect to elevate.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to come when you're in your bedroom or your office and you're studying and trying to gain all the knowledge in what you want to become or practice. It's not going to knock on your door and say, "We found you." It's going to be by testing your limits and what even you've talked about this years ago too, about doing the hard things, and that's part of confidence building, but it always becomes
that next rep, having that uncomfortable conversation that takes things to the next level, going to that event where you're going to be connected with important people along your path, any number of things that are essentially the next step in what you need to do. And sometimes you're not going to know how to do it. Sometimes you're not going to know what to do. And just getting past that, you're bound to, feel some discomfort in that process. So, I mean, I would argue that really kind of exactly like that quote indicates, like every level up is going to be via a gateway of discomfort, of something that is not comfortable.
I don't know if this is everybody else's experience this year, or if this is an air sign thing, or may just be a me thing, but I feel like I've been, since we were talking back in the winter time, I was kind of thinking of things like, okay, I want to experience some growth in these areas, so maybe I will add this A, B, and C, conjecturing. Just kind of like, maybe I'll start doing that this year. And then it quickly happens. It doesn't just happen this year. Like, as soon as I say it, within a month, I'm doing it. And I'm like, whoa, that's way faster. And it involves so much growth and setting up foundations, so on and so forth, like, building my team, or I started, adding, having my marketing assistant adding web pages just to have a landing page should anybody want to book me for higher level speaking, which I've just done based on invitation, but I didn't have like a landing page with my previous talks and materials, that people could go through. And I was like, just create this landing page. Maybe I'll start marketing it this year. So he creates it pretty quickly, like in, 2 days, and puts it on the website, makes it live. And within it felt like seconds. Like, as soon as it was published that day, unrelated, the person didn't even go to my website. They invited me to speak at a big keynote event. And I was just like, oh, did you find my landing page? Or like, no, but we would love to see what talks we can choose from. And I was like, here's the link. Boom. So, I mean, it's kind of like in that process, though, like I felt discomfort because it happened too fast. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep going. Like,
Like, wait, I don't even have a process for this yet.
Right. Exactly. Like, it's like, it's being created in real time practically, but it's also working, but it's uncomfortable because it's visibility and it's new systems and it's causing me and my assistant to grow and put those things together and communication and all that kind of stuff. So this year in the fire horse, I think things are manifesting really quickly. And you can say like this is an opportunity to grow for growth, or it's too scary. I'm not ready. I'm not going to do it. Maybe next year the energy could change and you've missed it.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of point that out too, that this could move in the opposite direction too, either by procrastinating or by sort of butt dial manifesting something that you don't actually want. That is to say, kind of mind the negative self-talk, or just, negativity about life in general, or the state of things in general, because you could, the universe doesn't hear no, right? So if you're kind of focused on a more negative trajectory, that could appear quickly as well, which is not necessarily ideal.
That is so true. Yeah. So true. On the opposite side, I've experienced that recently too. Like I was hearing stories from my friends about having car issues, and I was like, I'm so grateful. I just got a new engine. I'm going to have this car forever. I don't know what I would do without my car. And then the battery fails. Like in a big way, the hybrid. And so therefore, now I have a rental car. But I mean, so like I kind of by accident butt dialed that because it happened like 3 times. And I think it just got into my subconscious on some level. And I was a part of that.
Yeah.
Let's be really careful. Yeah.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Well, it's happening. Yeah, it's happening.
Watch yourself. I recently got a very simplistic tip for this, but I like it and I've used it since, so I'll share. If you catch yourself on like some kind of a negative thought train or toxic thought train, even if it's just very mild, you can literally say out loud, or if you're not in a place to say out loud, at least say it very strongly in your head. Cancel, like cancel that thought. I know it sounds so goofy, but
please say that out loud, like randomly,
anywhere in public, in your
just
doctor's
first date.
Just
first date.
I'm canceling my negative thought spiral. Don't mind me. I mean, you could publicly inspire some other cancellations.
Yeah, other people might also join you.
Spiraling in the doctor's office waiting room. So is everybody.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Or like, redirect it like a toddler.
Well, I do. I like it. And as somebody has also taught me to like actually snap my fingers.
Snap it.
But it does. It tends to just break that energy, so it feels a little goofy, but it's been working.
Ooh, I like that.
It retrains. I'm sure there's some neuroscience to that, but just redirecting your brain.
Yeah. That's good advice. I know you've been kind of out of our chat loop, which, by the way, Michelle said she's absolutely coming back as a guest.
Whoop, whoop.
So, to everybody who's listening, if you've been with us since day one, we used to have a third, Michelle.
Yeah, the Power of Three was our first episode. Yeah, Michelle and I had some good QT the other night.
Yes, I know. Everything happens for a reason. So Michelle went off on her own growth path. I'm sure she'll come back and like share some of it, but and I'm sure she could add a lot to this. But if you want to listen to a really good episode, what was it called? The Pumpkin?
Be the Pumpkin.
Be the pumpkin. Yeah.
Let's see how
Yeah.
that stands the test of time.
Yeah. I really do feel that's relevant. I mean, the energy really is kind of like, and I think a good perspective that Michelle brings in others who, and you too, you're really good at this too, like that gardening instinct or like planting and nurturing something has so much to do. Like there's so many lessons in that and understanding the way that the cycles of nature and energy, and we're all going through that at all times. And are we going to grow where, in the reference of the pumpkin being broken, thrown over a fence and broken, and then grew into all these amazing flowering, fruiting vines? Are you, if you fall down over the fence and you're broken, are you going to give up? Are you going to grow? There you go.
To put it most literally.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a rare thing to see pumpkins like that in Florida thriving like that. And yet it did. So it doesn't mean just because it hasn't before that it won't survive and thrive.
Left for dead.
Yeah, left for dead. And you peek over and it's like, here I am, I'm a giant, beautiful vine. But, and that's a discomfort for it to grow in that environment in an amazing way. But we were talking in our group chat. I was talking without you because you haven't checked in yet because you've been busy. So when you catch up, there's probably like 30 reels for you to look at. But since we always talk about soul path, journey and deciding to come to earth and, what we're going to be and who we're looking for and how we find them, I love to like just try to imagine that. And so I love that other people are exploring that in their content because it just, to me, it feels like, okay, that's like a realistic probability. We were probably coached before we chose to come here to remember all of these things. And 2026, the year of the fire horse, is supposed to be the year that people remember. They remember like, okay, my purpose, the reason, the special, abilities or the uniqueness about them, and share it. And it's supposed to be part, remember, of this innovation and revolution that's supposed to be happening in this period. And I think people are really coming online. Like I've seen so much out there about people remembering like the things, even if they're very good at it when they're children and they got disconnected from it, say like their upbringing, their parents coached them to be a doctor or a lawyer or something more reliable, but they're really easy, harkening back to our episode about like find your idiot, find your genius. But people are remembering. They're like, this is why I'm here. This is why these things are bring joy to my life. And there is discomfort in deciding I'm going to do that and let go of things that are quote unquote reliable or practical for exploring this thing that might be discomfort, starting a business or a non-for-profit or, leaving my hometown or leaving a relationship. Like there's a lot of that happening. So
yeah,
I feel it's very, very relevant. Yes. Yeah, everyone I'm talking to for sure. I think, this year in feng shui, in that side of my business, even in the design side, is more about those transformations. Like it's about, like you said, bringing something out of like the idea form and then making it part of the physical form.
Yeah, well, especially, I mean, this is part of the releasing what no longer serves you, is releasing what you're merely doing out of obligation, and for no other reason.
Yeah, like misperceived comfort in doing something just because that's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd love to hear what people have to say about it. What is it that's been persistent on their minds that feels a little. Did you just pour your coffee on yourself?
I missed.
Oh, shoot. Good job. Woo. What is it on their minds that they've been thinking about doing that they're avoiding because that's going to be uncomfortable, or other people are going to tell them that, like, yeah, don't do that. That's going to be weird or uncomfortable. Like, what are those things?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go do them.
Yeah, go do them. Yeah. If it's something that resonates with you, you could come inside of our close and private Facebook group, the Conscious Collaboration Collective, and tell us about it. There is a bit of extra momentum that's put behind any intention if it's a shared intention. And that's a closed and private Facebook group. So it's not going to be visible to all of your friends unless you invite them in there with you. And we could put some.
Which you can do.
You can, if they're,
they can hang with us.
Yeah. And if it's someone you really trust, that's, with that idea, and it's not going to squash it, I would say, because people like to keep you manageable.
No dream squashers.
No dream squashers. Yeah. People sometimes want to keep you manageable to them or how they once knew you. But if you're feeling like you're shifting into something else, then there's a little bit of discomfort in there that we're now going to reframe into growth. Let us know, and we'll all put some energy into that. And if you want to go beyond the Conscious Collaboration Collective and join us in an episode because you have a new idea or an awakened skill that you forgot you had and that you're here to do, we would love to hear about it. And we appreciate you reaching out to us in email. We're getting through them all. And yeah, I don't know. I like it. That's a good one. Happy Gemini season, everybody.
Let's party.
Let's party. Happy summer.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Emily. I think that was a good topic. I'm going to listen to that podcast too. I need something new to listen to on my walk.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, just don't feel bad, but I don't listen to us when I'm walking. It's too much.
I don't either.
Like,
I don't either. Nobody needs to hear themselves that much.
I am subscribed, but when it comes up, I'm like, I can't listen to myself. Yeah, there's something that's too much. But anyway, guys, well, thanks for listening. Please, recommend our group to your friends that you trust. That this would vibe well with, and we would welcome that energy, and we'll talk to you in 5.
Talk to you in 5. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends so they can join our circle of collaboration on this journey. You can find us on Instagram at Conscious Collaboration Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and Audible, to name a few. Please join us next time for another deep dive into how you can live life in more alignment, mind, body, and business. Send us your questions and comments in our DMs or email us at consciouscollaborationpodcast@gmail.com. See you in 5 minutes.